everyone! Welcome back to Beneath the Blurb. Today, we're stepping straight into a world of chocolate rivers, candy inventions, and the most magical factory you could ever imagine. That's right, we're talking about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl. This book is such a classic. It's got golden tickets, Oompa-Loompas, and some pretty wild kids who definitely don't know how to behave inside Willy Wonka's factory. I had so much fun rereading it, and I cannot wait to share all the delicious details with you. So grab a snack, maybe even a bar of chocolate if you've got one, and let's dive in. So, first off, poor Charlie Bucket. Honestly, this kid's life is tragic. He lives with his mom, dad, and 4 grandparents all squished into a tiny, falling-apart house. They're so poor they survive on cabbage soup, and the grandparents literally spend their lives in bed. And yet Charlie is so sweet, kind, and grateful. He's basically the definition of a pure-hearted hero. You're rooting for him from page 1. Then comes Willy Wonka's big announcement. He's reopening his mysterious chocolate factory, which has been closed for years, and he's hiding 5 golden tickets in chocolate bars. Whoever finds them gets to tour the factory. Cue the chaos! This is where we meet the other kids. Augustus Gloop, walking definition of gluttony. Veruca Salt, the spoiled brat who throws tantrums until she gets her way. Violet Beauregard, competitive gum chewer who thinks she's the best at everything. And Mike TV-obsessed, rude, and honestly kind of terrifying. Each one is like a caricature of a personality flaw, and you just know they're not making it out unscathed. And of course Charlie, against all odds, finds the final golden ticket. And I don't care how many times I've read this, that moment still gives me goosebumps. The joy, the relief, the fact that his family's dream finally comes true, it's perfection. Now, let's talk about the factory. Roald Dahl's imagination here is wild. The chocolate river, which, yes, I'd absolutely want to swim in, don't judge me. The everlasting gobstoppers, the nut-sorting squirrels, or Oompa-Loompas depending on which version you read, see, the lickable wallpaper, the 3-course meal chewing gum. It's basically Disneyland for sugar lovers. But beneath all that magic, the factory is also kind of a moral testing ground. And boy, do those kids fail the test. One by one, they get picked off in the most ridiculous ways. Augustus falls into the chocolate river and gets sucked up a pipe. Like, bye-bye, Augustus. Violet can't resist the experimental gum and turns into a massive blueberry. Iconic scene. Veruca throws a fit, demands a squirrel, and ends up being chucked into the garbage chute. Deserved. Mike shrinks himself with the TV machine and has to be stretched out like taffy. Terrifying, but also hilarious. Meanwhile, Willy Wonka's like, oh dear, how unfortunate. While the Oompa-Loompas burst into savage songs about how the kids basically deserved what happened. The dark humor is top tier. And then there's Charlie. He doesn't cheat, doesn't show off, doesn't demand more than what he's given. He's humble, respectful, and grateful. In the end, Wonka reveals the whole thing was a test to find a successor, and Charlie wins the entire factory. Talk about rags to riches. That final moment, Charlie and Grandpa Joe flying in the glass elevator, feels like pure magic. So, let's talk feelings. As a kid, I loved this book for the candy and the crazy adventures. As an adult, I love it for the satire and the weirdly dark edge Roald Dahl brings in. Like, these kids basically get destroyed, and yet it's presented as hilarious moral lessons. Wonka himself is such a chaotic figure, part genius, part madman. He's charming, but also just casually lets these dangerous things happen. The man is unhinged, and I love it. For me, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is a solid 5 stars. It's creative, it's timeless, and it's one of those stories you never forget. It's also one of the most fun books to reread because you notice different things depending on your age. When you're young, it's the candy. When you're older, it's the commentary on greed, pride, entitlement, and consumer culture. It's brilliant. And that's it for my full review of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I had so much fun diving back into Willy Wonka's weird and wonderful world. From chocolate rivers to blueberry kids, it's a book that never gets old. Drop a comment below and tell me. If you could invent your own candy, what would it be? I'd love to hear your ideas. Maybe even better than Willy Wonka's. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next review. Bye! If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to hit that like button. Think of it as your very own golden ticket. And make sure you subscribe to Beneath the Blurb so you don't miss out on more bookish adventures, whether it's classics, kids' books, or some darker reads.